Oh, yeah, we're live.
Okay.
There it is.
There it
Oh,
is.
hold on, no audio. Just wait, let me fix audio. Come on.
Audio?
Check. No audio? Where are you at?
No audio?
We suck.
Nothing.
Technical difficulties are in progress.
This is why I'm recording this, because I can
just
always use this.
Please stand by.
All right, let's try this again.
The following is intended for your audiences only. Your discretion is advised.
This is why I haven't gotten paid for this. Audio mixer on.
How do you have the audio feeding into it? HMI?
It's to this camera, which that's HDMI. Oh, there it is.
Figured it out.
There we go.
All right, we had technical issues. We are live.
It should be
We
fine
finally
now.
fixed audio right there. So we don't know what we're doing. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this. So
You
welcome,
don't know what
John.
you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know
I
what
have
you're
no
doing.
clue. And of course, you guys already know Brandon.
How's it
All right, so what do you guys want to talk about here?
Yes.
We just got done watching the episode of Monk where he is on a submarine, and there were a few cringe-worthy moments that we had, and some. I'm sure you're going to be posting it here soon, but that was hilarious and awful at the same time. So I did thoroughly enjoy doing that, and anytime you guys want to do any of the other submarine related clip-ins and things like that, please have me back to do that, because that was fantastic.
Absolutely, we would like to have you back anytime. We also want you to be a guest on our normal interview style podcast.
Absolutely.
I'm currently about to tag you. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So yes, we did we just recorded a new video called Critiquing Monk, where what we're going to do is we're going to critique any submarine movie or TV show. We just finished it up. We will be posting that soon. Had a lot of fun. Had a blast. Again, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Brandon, I heard you got orders. Where are you going?
Yeah, unfortunately. So as much as I wanted to stay local, I'll be going back to Virginia Beach, going back to the ISS community for the second time. Again, unfortunately. However, I will be doing a little bit of a different job. It's still the same premise, but I'll be working across the street from where I used to work. So I'll be over at CUS as part of their Detachment Orion command group. So that'll be fun.
Is that pretty cake shore duty?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
you stand your 8 hours rotating shifts.
Oh,
right?
rotating
so
shifts,
you'll
okay.
be 4 days on, 4 days off.
Oh, it's
a
not-
rotate shift,
that's
4
not-
days on, 4
that's
days
not
off.
horrible.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's just it's just crappy with the midnight watch when you got kids
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Evening watch, midnight watch. So
You're allowed to PT during watch.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
allowed to PT.
Oh, man, that's...
You're allowed to do all your medical appointments during watch. So it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not. It could be worse.
Oh, okay.
It could
I mean,
definitely be worse.
That's
I could be at power school.
That's very true.
Sometimes like your rotation will be during like 4th of July, but sometimes you'll have your 96 at the beginning of 4th of July.
Yeah, so, you'll
So
get
it's
that
just the
home.
luck of the draw.
Yeah, it's...
You
It's
can
not
also take leave, and if they do it anything like what they did it when I was up there before, right? You run your 96-hour Liberty, and then when you would be mustering is your start of leave time. You just text before, be like, "Hey, I'm still alive. All right, cool. You checked in. Start your leave." And then you continue, so you get 4 days plus your leave period at the cost of just the 4 days.
That's
So,
not horrible.
yeah, it's not
Without
terrible.
dates, how many more underways you got?
Hopefully this last one.
The last one?
Hopefully.
Oh man, I can remember the feeling of having
Oh,
that being
man.
my last underway I was ever gonna have to do, and that's a great feeling.
They say
Last underway on that boat.
on that boat.
On
yeah.
that boat.
On that boat.
On that
You
boat.
had your last
I've
underway.
actually
ever.
had my last underway in the Navy.
How did that
It's-
feel?
Oh, I can still remember it, like it being my last underway and being the chief of the watch, pulling in from the maneuvering watch and locking, securing everything, locking everything up, being good to go, turning over to the duty chief, giving him everything, and like, hey man, this is your problem now, right? But it's a surreal feeling, it's over, it's done with. But my time was done. It was time for me to go to shore duty, and I went to shore duty at PMT in Kings Bay, and that was the best. I got there right as COVID hit, and then I spent my last 3 years and some change on shore duty, and then retired. I retired this past November, and now I'm free. My sentence is up.
So I think,
He said my sentence is
if I recall, your last underway, you were machinery 2 watch.
No. I was so my last underway was when I made chief. Well, that was my chief season, and I was staying chief of the watch and dives. Well, no, I was staying more chief of the watch than I was dive.
I just remember there was a point there where you were about to leave. You were machinery 2 watch, because I know I would be in 3rd level and down all the way over there.
Oh,
So
no. I remember that might have been. I think maybe they moved some people around, and I did stand some machinery to watch for a little bit.
You were so happy.
Oh yeah, I was just sitting back there just doing my thing, man, because it was great. I just made chief, and I wasn't the chief of the A gang or anything like that, and I just kind of hung out, did what anybody needed me to do, really.
What year did you make chief again?
I made chief in 2019.
It was 2019, because I got there in 2018, so it was right away.
Yeah, I made chief in 2019.
You got there at the end of 2019.
something like that. 2020.
When did you leave then?
2020
I
when we
left
got there.
in February of 20, February of 20,
All right.
because I literally reported to PMT like the middle of March of 20, and that's like right as COVID was like ramping up.
No,
and-
I showed up
yeah.
December of 2020.
All right, so you
'Cause
guys
I'm
missed
leaving
each other
December
about a
Okay,
year.
yeah,
Or,
this is
yeah.
about it, and
So I leave at the end of this year.
yeah. It doesn't seem like it'll ever get there.
Yeah,
does it?
right.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
just
forever
it's
away.
just- but I know, man. After 3 submarines, I know exactly that.
The
that
thing is,
feeling.
the way my time lines up now is, I'll leave this boat at the end of the year, and then I'll check into my next command beginning next year, right? So 25, and then I'll have 31 is when I would retire, right? So I have lined up, 2011. So I graduated high school and was like, Chuck.
yeah,
I actually got moved up because I was supposed to leave. My original detached date, if you will, from civilian life was September 1st. I was having some issues with my mom, so I moved that thing up and ended up leaving July the 4th. I left my hometown, went to Columbia, South Carolina, stayed in a hotel that night, and then July 5th, I flew out and went to the Great Lakes. So it sets up where I'll do my time on shore duty coming up 3 years. I'll go back to a boat for 3 years. That's 6. Another year and a half later, I'll be retired on shore duty.
Woo! That's the goal, because I'm going to do my last boat till 20. And then if I can get orders here, then I'll stay. If they try to send me anywhere else for shore duty, I'm done. I'm gone.
yeah, I don't blame you. Don't blame you, man. Like, you want to stay where you want to stay, so
Yeah.
like it's
Well, we got lucky. Look at this house.
yeah.
Bought it dirt cheap, 3%.
You can't not
good,
get
yeah.
rid of
No,
it.
I'm not going. No.
There's still 6.8%. That's what I just saw
6.8
yesterday.
currently, yeah.
Yesterday, yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is still cheap.
Still, yeah, relatively
cheap.
Yeah.
relatively to what this time last year, and it was what 8%, 10% almost.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Some shit like that. So I've been looking at places up in Virginia because money wise, it'll be cheaper overall to just buy a place, and then I'd have that place. I can start building the equity into it, right? I'd start setting up for down the road. And I've been looking around up there, and it's not a pretty sight for the pricing.
Yeah.
Right. You can find shit that's cheap. It's like, oh, here's a place for, less than $200,000. It's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, but it needs some work before you could, actually live a whole family in it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's great. I need somewhere I can live right now.
Right now, I need it right now.
I need to be ready to move in
I don't
now.
I don't need a house a year from now. I need one.
Yeah. So
You can move in with Clayton and
no, absolutely not.
Spiker.
Absolutely not.
Spiker, they're there,
Clayton and
right?
Spiker, they live together.
Yeah, they live over there.
Oh my god. Absolutely.
Hey, welcome.
Absolutely not. But with that said, like I said, we've been looking up that a ways, and looking at the pricing of everything is I can still find a decent house for just shy of 400 grand, which is like right at the edge of my price range.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's unfortunately.
Well, I mean, maybe you'll make chief and then your pay will go up.
Not yet.
Still not pay chief.
No.
You get there, man.
At the best. So based on when I made first class, it's going to be another 2 years, 2 cycles before I can attempt to make chief. And I'm not getting picked up first time. You know that goddamn good and well. You think my ass is going to get picked up? Nope. You think I'm trying to qualify chief with a watch? Nope.
It's not that hard.
So
it's not that hard.
you brought it up. How's the qual going?
It's not at all.
So
You just gotta jump into it and do it, man. Like you just gotta do it. Like
Here's-
I put it off for forever and forever. And
you're an ganger.
yeah, it was
easy for you.
It was a whole mental thing. I was
Okay.
just a lot of I would guess bad taste in my mouth from other boats and the way qual processes went and things like that. And
Damn, you
I
sound
just-
a lot like me right now.
and I had it. I had a bad taste in my mouth about the whole thing. Had a big chip on my shoulder and wouldn't let it go. And finally, until I got a new senior chief, Jeremy Price, and he come on board. And I think I made a comment one day about being a first class terminal pay grade, blah 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 blah. And he pulled me aside and he was like, "No, don't say that anymore, man. You're not stupid. You're smart. You know how to do this." He's like, "I just need you to, take all that bad stuff that happened to you a long time ago, let it go, and do the things that you know how to do, and be an A-ganger and do these things." And he's like, "I promise you can make chief." And he's like, "You can do this." And I did it, and I qualified chief of the watch. I qualified dive, qualified duty chief. Boom, boom, boom. Sailor of the year,
Best
and,
qualified.
and boom, I made chief. And
Yep.
he was right. I just had to lose that attitude. I just had that real bad taste in my mouth, that chip on my shoulder, and I did it. And
So I wouldn't say it's chip on the shoulder, right? Bad taste thing I can agree with. Right. Here's the problem. Is yes, negativity from previous commands, previous boat, whatever, previous chain of command. But you look at they're pushing to try to do like all this mental health stuff, today. But then you look at, okay, someone's actually having an issue. What happens? Hey man, I'm having this issue, I need to go get help. Oh, you fucking blah blah, you need to be here for this and we need you for that and blah blah blah. You want to push mental health, but then you don't want to give them the time to take care of that.
I
This place, they
agree where you're coming from, man.
This is something I've been preaching to my guys, now I'm in an LPO position, and I've watched it start happening to my guys, as opposed to sitting in the background and seeing it happen. Now I'm in a position where I can try to do something. Is they'll fucking replace you before you're gone.
100%. Yeah, that's very true.
They say, "Oh, we need you here for this." They told a guy on his house hunting leave that he needed to be here for trainers during his leave time, and had him come in off of his leave time to be there for trainers. Right?
That doesn't shock me at all.
Absolutely unfucking called for. Right? And it really got underneath my skin, because you're going to tell this dude who's relatively brand new to the military, who's got a wife and 2 children, who's trying to get them moved from Alabama to where he's stationed, right, that he needs to be there for something when he's on his leave time. I've been told myself to cancel leave chits because, oh, we have this going on, or, oh, blah, 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 right? That's horseshit. Absolute horseshit.
Very agreeable.
Right?
And
So that they don't give a shit. They want to talk all the big game because they're required to. They don't give a shit. And that is the unfortunate reality of it. And there's not saying it's not going to be overcome, but there's a road of healing that has to happen
100%.
as an
Yeah.
organization,
Yeah.
right? That we have to get to first, and we're not there yet.
And
So
I think it's just important that you be there for your people.
Yeah.
You be there for your people. That's really all that you can do, and you give them as much support that you can. And there's going to be roadblocks and things put in your way all the time, and there's just going to be things that you can't do anything about it, and getting over those, and like you said, the healing of it takes a long time, and it's different for everybody. But all you can do is be there for your sailors and give them what they need when you can give it to them. If that makes sense at all. Yeah. And because, like you said, you are replaceable. You are replaceable, and that's a sad fact. But there's a lot of commands. There's some commands that are better at it than most, and there's some commands that are out there that are way worse at it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of luck of the draw of what you get.
That's true.
And hopefully you get one of those good ones, and you get the ones that care about their people, and they understand it. No, if our people aren't taken care of, then we cannot do the mission properly.
Right.
And it takes the training and the caring of those the people in those higher places to understand that, to make sure that happens. So that's my little piece on that.
Yeah.
Well, this got deep.
I didn't mean for it to get
Wow,
so deep.
man.
But that's true.
You said everything you said was 100% accurate, though. So appreciate you saying all that right there.
Yeah.
They're getting better, and it's work in progress. But unfortunately, in the meantime, we got to deal with what we got to deal with.
Yeah.
Not the answer that you want to hear.
No, yeah. No,
that's not what you want to hear at all.
But
what do? You slog through it.
yeah. Yeah.
You
So,
slog through it.
but so that's kind of what I'm, if you will, what I'm preaching to my guys is, like, there comes a point in your time here, not just here, but like in your life, right, where you give and give and give. There comes a point where you have to take, because you can't continue to pour from an empty cup.
Oh no, that's very true.
Right.
Very, very true.
You get to a point where you're run out, and then you keep trying to give out of nothing, and then you wonder why person X is, starting to have dark thoughts, suicidal ideation, that sort of stuff, and then you get to, all right, well, instead of asking how did they get there, why did they get there, we're like, oh man, this fucking guy's, he's not reliable. He shows up late to work. He blah blah blah. Insert your thing XYZ here, right? Whatever, be it civilian side or military side, right? And we wonder why, why we have so many people out there with such bad, mental health and don't want to continue to live the way that they live. And it's not that they want to die; it's they want their current life to end, their current situation to end. And we don't see it that way when it comes to them having those thoughts. And that's the unfortunate thing that we're trying to fight through now. So
deep. So deep. So
look,
deep.
man,
So
sometimes shit comes out, okay?
deep. Hey, I totally understand. So deep, and very true. So, all right, what's next on the topic? What are we talking about? Or are we just talking today?
So yeah,
Sexy
we're
money.
gonna release another video about hands in pockets. This is the live version, so we can talk about it. Obviously, we'll display the article, but obviously you can put your hands in your pockets now.
Yeah. What's funny is
I still feel weird about it.
the day before that came out, actually no, it was the same day, earlier that morning, I got talked to because I was being unprofessional and I had my military bearing at -10. I need to take it back to 0. So I'm standing there with my hands in pockets. I'm like, pretty much am. But then again, I'm not, we're in the off-crew environment, right? So not necessarily the most professional environment. We're all kind of coking, joking, hanging out, right? We're home, right? We're trying to decompress. And so the normal way I talk to everybody, and everybody already knows it, nobody gets on to me about it. Somebody was like, said something to me. It's like, who are you looking for? I'm going to look for this guy. Who's that? Oh, it's Sir So-and-so, this guy. Oh, and then he starts saying something because there's an officer already starting to talk to me. So I was talking to him, and he was over here, going on, whatever. And then he looks at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" Like, "Yeah, I'm here." That's my go-to. I'm here, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I totally understand.
I'm sure as fuck not home. So I'm here. And it was like, he's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm here." As I'm like moving out of people's way as they're trying to walk past me. Sir right here starts talking to me again. I look over and the dude's like mouthing to me, not actually saying anything, but like mouthing shit to me. And I'm like, so I walk over and I'm like, "What's up, man? Like, you got something you want to say?" And he's like, "Yeah, I need you to take that dial that's at -10. I need you to get it at least back to 0. I go, "That's pretty much at 0 right now."
Yeah.
There's no negative on this scale. You either 0 or above.
Yeah, 0 or above. Yeah.
So he kind of started to get a little stern with me. He's like, "I'm telling you right now, it's not." I took my hands off. I was like, "All right," and I walked out.
And then
like,
the next day you can do it.
And then that night I look and I'm like, "These motherfuckers."
All right, so good question. Can you wear your keys on your pant pockets in uniform?
Like, you mean like sticking out? Or like
clip.
clip.
Can
clip
you
to like your belt loop or something like that?
Can you? No, right?
I don't
think
believe
so.
so.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to have anything hanging off of your uniform or anything like that.
So
I don't know. I couldn't tell you a definite yes or no.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
So if you have an authorized backpack, which is black, should you be able to hang?
They made it so that you can wear Coyote Tan backpacks now.
It's true. So or Coyote Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you put your keys on your backpack?
That's a good
I don't
question.
know.
That sounds like a gray area that you could
Because
definitely fight.
I've gotten in trouble twice with it, and it was at USS.
Checks.
Yeah, that was at USS. That was the first time. Because the reason I don't like putting my keys in my pocket is because it rips a hole through my pants.
Yeah.
And I've had many.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't buttoned down. Should we be able to wear Bluetooth in uniform when we're not driving?
So there's a caveat you got to think about with that as far as safety goes, which if you look into the new nav admin for hands in pockets, it specifies that, safety, you still have to think about safety, and you can't have your hands in your pockets if it concerns safety. And the proper rendering of honors at that.
Sure.
So if you got Bluetooth headphones in, you're jamming out to your music, you start to cross the street.
Maybe not the Bluetooth.
Right.
The one.
Oh,
like
one
the
side.
top.
Just
Okay.
the
Yeah.
one thing.
One side. So I think I would say you should be fine to have one side in.
Because my
But-
thought process.
Then you look at how are you going to police that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the policing of it would be too hard, and I think the courtesies and things like that, like, are you you're gonna pull that out of your ear, like when you when you're talking to somebody or somebody walks up to you, or it's like the whole thing of like being on like the maybe like the cell phone thing of like talking on the cell phone and stuff like that.
Right. So my argument is if you can walk around Walmart like this,
Yeah.
why can't I walk around
With the one.
like
yeah.
this?
I would say that
should
their
be able
argument
to.
is the professional appearance.
Sure, but that goes back to the hands in pocket thing, right?
Right.
It detracts from your professional appearance.
Yeah.
Okay,
right, from
cool.
your professional appearance. And,
Check in the box.
And like, are you on the phone? Are you listening to music? Or
Right, yeah.
Like now, like I'm on the phone troubleshooting with somebody right now, right? Or
Yeah.
or am I just jamming out Taylor Swift? Or
First off, you don't jam out to Taylor Swift, okay? That's heathenous blasphemy if you...
like, don't talk to me like that.
Please don't get us canceled from the Swifties.
My apologies.
No,
Oh, wait. Disclaimer, this show is for 18 plus.
all right, so William Reyes says the beard is clean.
Beer's clean.
Thank you.
We're figuring
Thank you
this
very
out.
much. Thank you very much.
Hey, gang.
Hey, guys.
Sure. Don't let him fool you. He
Don't
still
let him
has
fool
an
you. Still has
attitude.
that.
That's my wife, bro.
That's your wife.
That's my wife, and yes, baby, I guess I do still have an
I'm not
attitude
going to repeat
sometimes.
what Mike Smith said.
Visually.
Nope. I don't know where you're getting at that. So
Oh, you know exactly.
And my
how
wife,
you
and
get
back to the mental, like back to the what we were talking about a little bit. I'm gonna a little plug for my wife. My wife was Air Force. She's an Air Force veteran, and the whole thing of the saying in the Air Force is mission first, people always, right? And that's you can't get the mission done without your people.
Right.
Right. And I think that's a great, if you want to say ethos, to like behold, right? But those two have to be hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right. You've got to take care of your people to get the mission done. Mm-hmm. Right. The mission's going to get done, but you have to have the people ready, mentally ready,
Yeah.
to be able to get it done. And so that's, what you're, there for, is to make sure that you take care of your people. So off that point.
Yep.
But
No, they are, again, back on that. They are getting better.
they are getting
But
better.
it's the process.
The process
And the
of-
unfortunate thing is during that process, right, you still have,
It does.
unfortunately, people that are,
That
for
don't
lack
wanna-
of,
that-
for lack of better term, still getting hurt.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Still getting hurt, and people that don't want to believe that.
Yeah.
Believe that they want to make that process harder.
And I'm gonna clarify this for those of you out there watching: is not like, oh man, I'm in my feelings, I'm hurt. No, like people that are
I am burnt
mentally like burnt, they're
burnt out.
pushed to being burnt out. Right, they're, for lack of better term, being picked on or bullied,
Yeah.
not necessarily by the people they work with, although
That happens.
that does happen from time to time. That's unavoidable, right? It's going to be there forever. But if you look at them and like you really listen to them and you talk to them and you get down into the nitty gritty with them, it's they're bullying themselves, man. Like unreal.
Yeah, they're hard on
amount.
themselves,
Yeah, like
They
like
just-
I'm excessively criticistic of myself. But it's like take that and then ramp that on steroids, right? And you have dudes who are just, oh man, and they don't feel like they're actually able to go and get the help that they need, right? Because of, I'm not
They
gonna say
don't wanna let
policy,
they don't wanna-
but
well, and
they don't want to look,
they
for
don't
lack
look-
of a better term, like a bitch.
They feel like they're going to let somebody down.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
They're like if I go get help, and I can't go underway,
yeah.
then
Who am I screwing?
Oh yeah, then now this watch that I stand is
Yeah.
port and starboard, and then this other watch now is port and starboard, and then who's it going to trickle down to?
Yeah. Or-
and it's that everybody that has that problem has that mentality.
And it's not even necessarily all these people are going to go port and starboard. It's right. Who, if you look back at, I'm not going to mention the guy's name in specific, but the reason he joined and why he's pushed to get to the point he's at is and he's told me this, he's like, if I were to get kicked out now, I would feel like a failure because I feel like I let this person that I idolize, for lack of a better term, in my life down. Right? Maybe it has nothing to do with the people on the boat that are going to be port and starboard, because sometimes shit happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, example, I'll use myself, right? I'm letting my family down. I'm putting myself in a position where I may not be able to provide for my wife and my children.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes that's the motivation behind, right? Why they feel like they can't go get help with the way that it's viewed.
Thank you for that.
It's all right.
So, no. So for some reason I can't see the comments. There's 9 of them, but I can see
Yeah.
them here. So
Did you click on? I was gonna say.
I don't know, but is that your wife?
Yes.
She just said goofy idiot.
Yeah, that's me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm the goofy idiot.
My wife says hello. Boo. When you live, try to respond. I couldn't see your. Oh yeah, you can probably look at that one too. I couldn't see him. I'm able to see him now. She said, "Congratulations, thank you," and I think that was your wife originally. This beard is clean, fire. So speaking of beards, should we have beards in the Navy?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, how'd you do that?
So if you
Oh, that's right. He's the streaming pro.
look, man. Okay, so you scroll down here, right? Click to expand. Boop, boop. At full screens.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. Sorry for the first 3 minutes of having no audio. We're learning how to do this.
Yeah, try to respond to boo, hello, goofy idiot. Yeah. And then your most of course up to date one is at the top.
Mike Smith, what's wrong with you?
Or down here at the bottom it looks like, I guess. Yeah.
All right, so back to beard. So Maybe just what about shore duty?
Me personally, I don't see a problem with it. And again, it's just a personal opinion, but like you have to have obviously certain. They're going to have to sit down and pick apart grooming standards with the beards. They're going to have to pick apart, how it's going to go in line with your neckline and your jawline, length and bulk and stuff like that. Because I still wear mine. Like I get a good seal. I wear CPAP at night when I sleep. And my wife is going to say he doesn't wear it all the time. I know that you're out there, baby, and you're going to say that. I know I didn't wear it last night, but I just didn't feel like wearing it. But
hold on, Smith said the TM salute. Was it this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because I think I did that, or maybe
the
he did
TMs,
that.
they went through a phase where this is how they talk.
This was their salute.
So they would go to everybody and
Like, look, man, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I'm just a TM,
saying.
man. Like,
yeah, and then from there the whole boat. Anyways, TM salute.
I see that. It's talking to me because I was the one who did it.
So your wife, right?
I love you, baby.
Oh, your CPAP?
Yeah, I love you, baby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no, like I can get a
I'd
good
say
seal.
you could probably click expand up there so that you can see we
where?
can see it up there. Hover over the video, click to expand.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll have it over here on the right hand side. It should be all the comments.
Let me turn this off because it's delayed. It's about 45 seconds, I think.
Hey, it might not show up because of me being over here on it.
Well, this laptop is good computer. Yeah, keep it up if you don't mind.
got it.
But
Yeah,
it's
right
getting. All right, so you're just saying like it's going to be a lot of work to manage.
It's going to be a lot of work. There's going to be a whole big thing that they're going to have to go through, and length, bulk.
Miss Jenna gave her face. There it is. Population.
Yeah, length, bulk, all that stuff. I can see where they come in with, you can't get a good seal on if you've got this gigantic beard.
Yeah, like
But,
a shipyard Bubba beard.
Yeah, you got a shipyard Bubba beard, like with it. Like I can see that, but if you've got a beard that's probably like kind of like mine, or like a little bit shorter or something like that, that you can get a seal. Like
Your standard underweight
firefighters have beards.
Yeah.
Right. I
So
think that's the argument.
The
is
firefighters have
can do that.
firefighters have beards, so they do it all the time, and they just know that where they have to keep it kind of cleaner to be able to wear them, to wear their masks and get good seals and things like that, and it's just something like that eventually I think will come back because you guys in the 80s and early 90s had beards in the Navy, so it's just
1985.
1985.
Yeah.
Instituted in 1985.
There you go.
So
The Redskins still have beards.
yeah, and so it says Admiral something blah 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 blah. I don't know the rest of that article, or is that admin or something like that? I don't know. Concerns snug oxygen seal of face should they have a shipboard fire?
This beer should not be authorized.
Yeah, no, that one, yeah.
No, but and
God, how'd
probably
they
mine.
get done on there?
Yeah.
From there, it kind of looks like you though.
It does.
Yeah, if you trimmed all like that.
Yeah, if you trimmed the mustache off, yeah, it probably looks like that.
I was not
What's
expecting
going on,
to be-
guys?
When I saw you, I'm like, who is this guy? Oh, it is him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. It's just me. No, I haven't shaved since my retirement ceremony on November 3rd. So, I've trimmed it up, but I have not got the any of the length off. Yeah, shave. But no, it's just I think it's give it time. I think it'll come back.
Yeah.
Give it time. It's
Maybe.
like hands in pockets, man. It came back. Right?
Webb said, he was like, you know why they gave you hands in pockets, right? I turn around, I'm like, because they can't give us beards.
And you think about it. It's progressed over time. You couldn't talk on a cell phone.
Yeah.
In uniform, right? And then it got to where you could walk and talk on a cell phone.
Yeah.
In uniform.
Yeah.
And then now hands in pockets come back. Now you can have your eyelashes can be 14 as long as they're not false eyelashes can be placed on as long as they're not 14 millimeters longer than 14 millimeters in length. Right. I saw that on the NAVAD
microphone.
So now you can almost fly away with the.
Look, man, I need to go get them on.
So yeah.
I remember we had a GM, all hands. Uh-huh. You can now walk with your cell phone. Groton, Connecticut. A school.
Yep.
So, hey, I'm walking to my car.
There you fucking do.
shipmate, what? Get the. And I'm like, oh, I can't wear it. I can't do this. And they're like, who told you? All hands. And then they stopped.
Yeah. So I was in sub school about the time that they were doing all the testing of the new uniforms, like the NSUs, when they were doing the gray. It was going to be a gray top or a khaki top when they were getting rid of the Johnny Cashes and stuff like that. And so a lot of people were walking around up there, and they were going from the normal, the old school black jacket that you would wear with your NSUs, right? With because E6 and below had a certain style of jacket that had a collar on it, right? And then they had the Eisenhower jacket that the chiefs and above wore, right? And so they were testing that out, and man, I've seen chiefs, master chiefs, senior chiefs like just rip into dudes wearing that. We're testing out that uniform and just ripping into like, why are you wearing that jacket? Oh, I'm like, and he's this test candidate wearing this uniform, and I'm just like, man, you have nothing better to do.
No, I don't know.
Like, and I mean, the point is that I guess I'm trying to make is you didn't come up to anybody and ask the question first.
Oh, Mark.
And that's what it comes down to.
You didn't come up and be
there.
like, hey, what is going? Oh, you're a test candidate for this. Oh, you should. Oh, no.
So William,
What's going on, Mark?
yeah, so Mark will look at old John P.
Working that microphone.
Ain't the only thing he's
Your real
working.
initial?
No, it is not.
Where did that come from?
Okay, so we're going to tell a story, and my wife's definitely going to comment here.
Oh no! And then before you start, William Raven, I guess if he's talking about you or me, who's got the better tan? I think you got a good tan.
That's me, obviously.
Even got a better tan than me.
Yeah.
Reyes,
Talking about him.
nobody's gonna have
A
better tan than you.
All right. No, so when I got to the Maryland, there was a ganger by the name of Stan Smith, and every time I would come to work, he would always be sitting on the ultrasonic sink when I would come walking down the steps in Machinery 2 3rd level, and he'd sit there and be like, and one day he just started, John P. You know, that's it, John P. John P. What's going on? And it just kind of stuck, right? And so that's what everybody just started calling me was John P. And I just became John P.
Okay,
right?
that's it?
That's it.
All
right.
right.
So, but to
fair.
tell you, there is no P in my name anywhere, right? But I like to say that the P stands for Alan and the P is silent, right? Right. And even when I made chief, and they gave him my plaque. They gave him my plaque when I made
P.
chief.
They said
right?
P?
It says John P. Coleman on it. And Mark actually ordered it.
Nice.
Right?
That's
and my mom,
fucking good.
at the pinning ceremony, she's like, they misspelled your... I was like,
No.
Yeah, so... Brandon's like the whole stories in my life.
Yeah, so who's that?
That's Brandon Harper. So Brandon
Lord
Harper,
mercy.
it was on. He showed up. Me and him showed up to the Maryland together about the same, just pretty much right at the same time, and we were both first classes together. And he made chief the 2 years before me, year before me. I can't remember. I think it was 2, but no, we have a lot of good stories together. And oh god, his eval. I don't even. Was it on my eval? I can't even remember now, Brandon.
Brandon Harper, can you explain what you mean by that?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, we need a call in.
Please, we're not ready. No.
Let's get him on the voice call.
Yeah, you gotta your cell phone.
Leave a comment again, Brandon, and like give us just a little bit more. I don't remember, man, but no, I even baby is. I'm gonna ask first.
John P. Page.
What?
John P. Page.
Yo,
Let's see your.
the king.
What's up, first class, Brandon
What's up?
Williamson?
Brandon, and congratulations on making it first, bro. Excellent job, man. Your eval had it on that. Oh, did it?
John P.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no, it wasn't a P, Brandon. It was an R. They had done it wrong.
Maybe you got a P.
Maybe
that's
probably I got a P eval. That's probably
John
true.
Promotable.
Now, I have to ask before I tell this story. Baby, is it okay if I tell this
My
story?
boy, Brandon.
I've got to ask.
So
she'll comment here in a minute or here in a second, like as if I could tell this story.
please watch USS Midwatch episode 3, Brandon Williamson, where he'll show you his special skill.
Special skills.
Special skill. Thank you, Brandon.
Oh. Yeah, and then Brendan said then we got another Coleman. So we got another Coleman on the boat on the Maryland.
Yeah.
In A gang.
Yeah.
Who was actually his name was Jacob Allen Coleman. My name was John Allen Coleman, and we were both from Tennessee.
No.
So
Yeah, Coleman.
okay.
Yeah.
So my wife said I could tell this story. So she said I don't care. So when I first met my wife, I told her that she heard about this because she met some people and the whole John P thing came out, and I was like, yeah, the P stands for Allen. The P is silent because she saw the award hanging up in my apartment that said John P. Coleman on it, right? And so me being a very evil person had this woman believing that my middle name started with a P. My middle name was Allen, but it was spelled with a P, and the P was silent.
Yeah.
Where does the P go?
In the beginning, it's,
Okay.
like so it's Palin.
It's Palin,
It's Palin, but the P is silent. So it's Allen.
It's like pterodactyl.
And I had her believing this for about 2, maybe 3 months, right? And then she saw another award that had John A. Coleman on it, and she was like, "Wait a minute!" And then it come out that I was an evil person, and she was not happy. And I'm very, very sorry for that, my love. I love you very much.
When did you guys meet?
We met at the
We're not
end
doing
of
the podcast right now. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. We have a caller.
No, that's a potential spam one. We met at the end of 21. So, as about the October-November time frame of 2021.
We are going to have to come up with a lot of different questions for you.
Yeah. Oh, God, we don't have anything to ask you. We already asked you all of these questions.
You're going to have to repeat them, most of these stories anyways,
Yeah.
because it's a different... anyways.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
That shit's funny.
But no, there's a lot of stories that I can tell.
Good.
For being on the Maryland, like Williamson, I will never ever forget your haircut, dude. That was awesome, man. It was, and you trying. I remember being up there and you trying to get that pump. Trim the boat in three pumps.
Whatever.
Man,
3 seconds,
that was just brutal, dude.
I did see Johnny Flores yesterday.
Yeah. How's he doing?
It was good.
yeah.
He was slanging Girl Scout cookies,
Oh, okay.
and we bought some from his daughter. Appreciate him. We ate them though. Yes, sir.
But yeah, I've got stories. I could tell you a story from my first boat if you would like for me to. Okay. Sure. Okay. All right. This is an A gang story.
We're sure not going to understand it.
No, you will. It's a Sands story. It's great.
Oh, poop. Yay.
So, this is my first submarine, USS Houston, stationed out in Guam. We're out to sea. I'm getting relieved from watch, and at the end of the watch, they say, "Hey, we're going to pump sands, or we're going to blow sands next watch." And so I tell my buddy, who is relieving, "Hey, they're gonna want to blow sands after or this next coming watch, and I'm going to shoot trash." And he's like, "Okay, cool." And he had a UI with him, and so I get off watch, I go eat, and get done, and I'm standing in TU space, waiting to shoot trash, and I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden I hear this. This sound coming out of the galley, and on a fast boat, when you step out of the door for the TDU, you kind of look over, and there's a little hole that you can look into the galley, and right there at the grinder sink, there's just this brown geyser just shooting up out of
like
the
a
sink.
fire hydrant when a car crashes.
Yeah, exactly.
It,
It's just coming up, and it's just coming out of the sink, and it's hitting the overhead, and it's just going everywhere. I'm like, oh my! And you can hear at that point in time somebody screaming bloody murder, like secure blowing right? And I'm like, oh my god! So I run out of out of the TV room, and I run down to lower level. And as I run down to lower level, there's it's already spilling out of the lower level head. Right, so it's coming over the waterway or over a little step, right?
Oh, man.
And it's rolling in the machinery room, and my LPO is literally like just throwing stuff that he can to keep it in front of it, to keep it from coming in the machinery room. And I'm running around, I'm like, oh, huh?
Wipe down team.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what they needed. So
Man, the decon station.
yeah. So I get.
We're gonna put that on the TV show.
I get. I go to run into the. I'm like, what's going on? And I go to run into the torpedo room, where I know my buddy is lining up to blow sands, and he comes bebopping up the stove, right? And he's like, "What's everybody yelling about?" And I'm like,
That sounds like Charlie.
and I'm like, I'm like, hey man, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm pressurizing sand 1. I'm gonna blow it overboard. I'm like, you didn't shut the isolation valve for sand 3, did you? And he was like, oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god. So I run over, and I pretty much jump over my LPO, and I lift the deck plate up, and I shut this valve. And there's a lot of pressure on this valve, and I'm running around. Just the chaos is ensuing, right? Mm-hmm. And just running over, trying not to step in shit, and like all this stuff.
Sorry.
Trying not to.
I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry, go ahead. I was trying not to laugh.
God, I love you, Charlie.
He just referenced him, and he's like, I didn't even know he was on.
So,
We love you, Charlie.
I'm running around in all this chaos. I'm trying to get everything stopped, and I go to run back up the ladder up to upper level, and something catches me out of the corner of my eye. And so on a fast boat, when you come down the ladder into lower level, there's the head to lower level machinery room, and over here is 21-man berthing, which is the first class berthing, right? And then back here, a little forward would be the torpedo room, and the battery wells right here. But something catches me out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, wait a minute, Mark was wet. And so I stop and I look, and standing in the doorway to berthing is Mark. He was one of the FTs on board the boat, and he is dripping wet, right? And like wearing a white t-shirt that is now brown.
Oh.
Basketball shorts.
No.
Right. There is a chunk of shit like on his shoulder. And he's doing that lip sucking thing, about to cry that. And I'm like, Mark, man, what happened? And he's like, it exploded. And I'm like, what? So he's in the lower level head, right? And so if you know anything about a fast boat, you're in the lower level head. There's only one stall in there, and you have to open the stall. The stall door opens in. You have to get in, walk around the door to shut it.
Yep.
And there's the toilet.
That's all of them.
The toilet, and it's a knife valve. They don't flush. You have to flush
Chop it.
them. And
Yeah.
right underneath it is the sand tank, directly underneath
And
that.
it just fucking blew.
Right. Whoa, no. So he's on the toilet, right? And in front of him is the water heater and what we call a fart sniffer, the charcoal filter for the sand tank, sand 3. And my buddy had pressurized it so much that it blew that 2-inch union off, right, for the fart sniffer, and he was sitting there, and it just blew a 2-inch pipe worth of shit right onto him, just
Oh no!
And it just doesn't. So in his panic, he can't go nowhere, right? And so he stands up, and for some reason turns around and opens the ball valve, right, and it blows back up into his face. Right,
That's so terrible.
right, and it just covers him. So,
Oh my
so
God.
long story short, My buddy blew 800 gallons of poop into the boat.
Oh man.
Obviously he was disqualified. I had to.
Okay.
What was it?
Step one.
Yeah, he was disqualified. I had to relieve him because I was an off-going guy. My LPO had to go around with me with the book. My DCA was the officer of the deck at the time. He woke the whole boat up to clean. He's like
Oh, he's
shipmates.
turn two, commence field day.
He's like shipmates is the officer of the deck. We have a very big mess on board the boat. We need all hands on deck to get this cleaned up. They pretty much, I think they shut the galley down for a few days to clean it because it was back in the waterways. All the pans were and everything, and they had to disinfect everything. Wow. It was horrible, right?
That's rather shitty.
Yeah, rather shitty. Yeah, you're 100% correct.
Intended or unintended?
Oh, absolutely intended.
Intended, okay.
It's very punny. So
We're fucking children.
absolutely. So we had that. So I had to relieve him. Run around. I was like, sir, you have to give me a tank. I have to empty a tank. Sand 1 is still pretty full. Sand 3 is overflowing. Give me an order to empty a tank. And so he's like, below sand 3 overboard. So I said below sand 3 overboard. So I go line on up. I had to put on anti-seize boots.
Yikes.
Or not anti-seize, but the nuke rubber boots.
Yeah, we know
what are they called? I can't remember what they're called.
I don't
think
remember.
but I had to put those on, stand ankle deep in poop. To line up the valves because they're in the lower level head and do that, and below sand 3 overboard, and then I got that done. And then I had to line up below sand 1 overboard. So yeah, it was a fun afternoon. I think we ate like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for a couple days.
Yeah.
Till we got to galley fully like betadined and disinfected and everything. But yeah.
Did you really want to eat any other food?
No,
yep,
absolutely not.
I'm gonna eat this.
No, but yeah. So it was. That was a very fun experience on board USS Houston. That boat is now decommed back in 17 or 19. I can't remember what it was.
Bananas.
But yeah, so
It wasn't as glamorous as your story, but there was a little pressurized somewhere in the line, and they just opened the wrong one, but they forgot to depressurize just a little part. So it was just enough when they opened it in their eye of the sand tank. It was an AVT.
We had a problem with on my first boat with the cooks, mainly I'll say it politically, the FSAs.
Cranks.
For not cranks.
I had to clear my throat. Sorry.
It's out right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We're
You can't.
live.
I can say what I want to. I'm retired. I wrap myself up in a blanket of a DD-214 every night. But no,
That would be cool. Though.
they have them, man. They make a blanket with a DD-214.
Yeah, you send them. You send them a photocopy of your thing, so they can put in all the
blanket.
information, and you.
What?
Yeah, it's. I guarantee you. Just no, it's not up there. You
Type in
type it
blanket.
in blanket.
Yeah, there you go, blanket.
There you go, blanket. Boom.
Yep.
I promise you'll find one. There it is. Right there. You go. $24.95, baby.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You probably get it personalized too.
Yeah. You send them a photocopy of your thing or a scanned copy of your thing, and they'll fill in all the information on it.
But
So it's your DD-214 that you cover up with at night.
Okay, so it's not just the DD, it's yours.
Yeah, it's yours.
but no, they just got done with breakfast, and this I think in a one watch period they had clogged the grinder like 4 times, and this is back when we were doing like 6-hour watches, right? And I was like, hey man, I told him, I was like, if you clog this grinder one more time, you will live to regret it. I promise you. And so he had one of those metal pitchers of pancakes that he had to grind, and I was like, if you're gonna grind them, and you have to grind them one at a time, like throw it in a grinder, let it grind up, let it clear,
I did the next
Yeah.
one.
and so
Makes sense.
And so the galley watch captain come up to me about maybe 10 minutes later, and he was like, hey man, and I was like,
I already know.
Don't you dare.
I was like, don't even say it, don't say that, don't say it to me. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay man, I got you. I was like, so I walked up there, I found him, and I was like, okay. I got the lid out, put it on there, and I said, you sit on it and hold on for dear life. Right? Just buckle up. And so normally I would just use like a 125 pound air or something like that to blow it real quick, and just a quick burp, and that's all you need to do. So I was like, nope, I've had enough of this. So I went and got the 700 pound air hose, hooked it up to the 700 pound air connection, and got it all hooked up. And I hauled it up there and I said, "You ready?" Yeah, I'm ready. I'm like, okay, and I let it equalize real quick, and then I opened that valve. And I would just wong it open, right? And I just it was going. Sonar calls down like, "What is going on?" Ventnair machinery, and they're like, "Okay." And I just the machinery watches look at me. He's like, "Dude, how long are you gonna let that go for?" And I'm like, "As long as I feel like it." Right? And so I let it go, shut it, went up there. And man, it's just stuff dripping off. He's covered in water and pancakes and
water
everything.
and pancakes.
Right, it was gross. So, no, yeah. So those are just some couple quick little stories.
Jeebus, man.
But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It was a 20-year career. There are always obviously highs and lows of it, but the stories and the people that you meet, the friendships that you make, they're not even just friendships. They're family. They're family.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Steel Puri.
Gets tased. Becomes
Was it awesome? God, that's a great recruiting. Oh man, I was a recruiter when this movie came out.
Oh yeah.
What year?
Yeah, 12. I think it was 2012.
Okay.
So yeah, I was a recruiter. So the Navy sent us movie posters to post in our recruiting office and outside the recruiting office, and like people would come in and like, oh man, the movie was so cool and blah 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 blah, and like wanted like, do you get to do like, I don't know, man, I'm not a surface dude. Like,
What do you guys do? I don't fucking know.
I'm a submariner, man. Like,
Yeah.
I was not. I wasn't a good recruiter, I don't think, but I put a lot of people in the Navy, but I was not. I didn't lie to people. I'll tell you that. I don't. If anybody out there ever watches this and you think that I lied to, I apologize. But I did not ever purposely lie to anybody.
Yeah.
Because there was no point in it. Like why? So, you tell them the truth, and this is what it is, and this is what they can offer you, and there it is, man. So.
I truly did not know what duty days were.
Yeah.
Until it happened.
I told people about what duty was.
Nobody told me what that
and
was.
that's what people leave that stuff out on purpose.
Yeah, I have to 24 what?
24 hours.
24 hours? That's a
My recruiter
day.
didn't tell me that.
An entire day. Yeah.
That was one of the first things I tell people. Like normally you're going to stand a thing called duty, and that's when you and a bunch of other people are stuck on board said vessel. Right, and it could be, now surface ships sometimes do it differently. They do 12-hour duty or 16-hour duty or whatever. It's not 24. But you might be on board the ship for 24 hours until another group of people come in and relieve
24,
you.
36.
Right. We're at 36, and then you might be on board. You might come in at 06 that morning for your duty day.
And you'll
then
wait till 06 that next night.
Or 1800 the next night, 2000.
Or what I said.
You might not.
That night.
Those are A-gang hours?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a little disclaimer. Those are A-gang hours.
Yeah, those are A-gang.
Those are people that
So just so you know-
do work.
So just so you know, we have to go from third level, forward, up, around machinery 2. Because you guys talk so much shit when it's like 11 to 1300.
And y'all are rolling out.
Backpacks, civvies, and you guys are like, here they go again.
And some of y'all don't care. You just roll through and be like, have a good day, dude.
Yeah, well, that's there is, but I would just like, I can't take this anymore. I'm just going to go around.
It must be nice being a sonar tech going home at 1300.
You know what I do? I look them square in the eye and I go,
Yes.
yeah, you're right.
Yes, it is. And you know what? Had I been in the same boat, I'd been like, yes.
It's
yes,
funny.
it is.
We've come full circle now. It's like I talked to you about it earlier when you first got here. Was you just don't let them have power over you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't.
You're right.
I
It
don't waste.
absolutely
I don't
is.
waste my time arguing with people. Well, that's fucking stupid. Yeah, you're right.
100% right.
100% right. Emphasis
Charlie
must be
Bar?
nice. Yeah, you're right, Charlie.
What does he mean by that?
Huh? Must be right. Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Getting to leave at 1400.
Barth, how much do you really work? Like, come on. Let's be honest about this one.
Smells an awful lot
So
like
I
must
do,
be.
back to the, what was his battleship? The steals a burrito, gets tased, becomes an officer. I think we should make fun of that movie. I don't care. I don't care if we're not surface. I think that would just be a lot funnier.
Oh yeah. I mean, we could do a one time. We'll just go through Navy memes and just you know.
So I need there's a way to hook this up to this.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do that, we can show the meme
Well, you just HDMI
in the
it
future.
Right?
Should. Oh, so instead of being up there, it'll be up here though. That's
Well,
right.
instead
Duh.
of being up there, it'll be right there.
Yeah. So we won't be able to see.
I know what you meant, not what you said.
Oh. Were you lucky we're live? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's in Orlando.
I
haven't seen him since Tuesday.
that's right, yeah. I saw him a week ago. Long story.
Oh, man.
It is a long story.
Oh, man, yeah.
I don't feel like explaining it
No,
live.
it's okay.
We'll go offline and
we'll
we'll talk
talk
about
offline.
this.
It's okay. It's okay.
Senior Jabo, thank you.
Yep.
All right, let's see. So yeah, the memes will be kind of funny. So there's be like,
Can I put in for
when are they
leave?
going to change that to our uniform?
Yeah, right.
I did. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that one. We'll turn that off.
Navy hates what? Scroll back up a little bit more. A little more.
Oh, what is the?
A little more. That one right there. Navy hates Adele. Oh my god. Chivas.
All right.
What is the? What is this one right here? No, we're scrolling down just a little bit. Right there. Thank you, Sailor.
Roll Navy.
Nation greatly appreciate.
Oh.
The P-ways you swept.
Anyways, you slept.
That's so good. No, the
Next
next
one
one
down.
down. The next one down. We talking about the president.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, Sailor. Greatly all the P-ways you slept.
There was one that was way further up that was like, if you've never swept rain off the top of the flight.
That was one of the
deck or
beginning
whatever,
ones,
battleship
yeah.
one, yeah.
That one's a good
Your
one.
bullshit doesn't affect me.
I think we can go
All
down
right,
a
there,
rabbit
swept.
hole here.
Yeah, we could.
Join the Navy, see the world.
All I've
we've
seen
is
in
the
the
end of a broom. Those are good brooms, though.
I like ORM. Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
That's an excellent one.
Yeah.
That looks like an egg eater.
Look at the
Oh, this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Surface TM? Is that what that is?
Yeah. What is it they call them? GMs? Ghost mates?
All right. Damn. An
How long have we been
hour. All right. Hey, well, we don't know what we're doing, so thank you for.
Clearly we do. We've been doing for an hour.
Absolutely.
I think we should do this
could
more
go.
often.
Yeah, this could go all
going
day
all
long.
day.
Like, this could go all day long.
We need to go back to the cigar shop and set this up all day long.
You get.
But
I could
that-
imagine this being a couple drinks deep.
Oh my god.
Because in there, the people will just come in and just sit down.
Yeah, people just
Yeah.
come and
Like,
hang.
hey, why don't you have a seat?
yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
use the head.
yeah.
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 You could invite people over, like, come in,
Yeah.
be a part of this.
I mean, hell, we had who was it? It was we had Chance and Brian, and who was the other guy? Brandon.
Brandon.
They were all just sitting there hanging out while we interviewed
Yeah.
Perry.
Oh, jeez. All right, we're gonna sign off. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate. Want to say anything for?
I appreciate you guys having me here today. It was absolutely fantastic. Like this is really good, especially watching the episode of Monk. Can't wait to see when that video comes out. But yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
No problem.
Yeah. See you guys next time.